The road we're on is paved in Garth.
Come along on the journey
as we explore
Garthology.
Think of it more as a conversation. I like that. So if this is truly a conversation, then I say let the conversation begin. Showtime!
Hey everyone, it's Deb.
And I'm Pete.
And I'm Jess.
Welcome back to Garthology. Today we're continuing our review of the Ultimate Hits DVD from Garth's 2013 box set, Blame It All on My Roots, 5 Decades of Influences. Last time we discussed videos 19 through 23, which means today we're jumping into the next batch of 5. So videos 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. 28 videos, and we're not even done yet. Like, when you think about that, this DVD has so much to offer. 28 videos already and not finished. I just wonder, because I know this was me, I wonder how many other people out there own this set and just haven't thrown it into their DVD player in a long time. Because for me, it had been years, probably since I bought the set.
Yeah, same.
So you're talking about 13 years ago. That's a long time to let something with this much content just sit in a box. So I am so glad that this stretch of episodes gave me the chance to go back and look at them, because they're such great Garth moments and they were just sitting in a box. So I love that we're doing this. And we're ready now to get right back into it. So we will kick things off with video number 24, Two Pina Coladas. Two Pina Coladas was written by Sean Camp, Benita Hill, and Sandy Mason. The music video was directed by Michael Solomon. This video is another concert performance video. This time, though, it's using a stage that we haven't seen so far in this DVD. It was the first time I believe I had seen it. Had you guys noticed? It was new, right?
Yeah, I think that was the first time.
I even made notes about it.
Yeah, so I'm guessing maybe it was a different tour, because I did some searches trying to find some information about when or where this concert might have been recorded, but I wasn't able to find anything on it.
That's crazy you mentioned that, but I was looking around too, and I noticed in the back it had like a G, like in the curtains, like a GI or G something or whatever, but it was like a TV show or a fundraiser. I couldn't figure out where it came from.
That's exactly what I had in my notes. I thought maybe it was some kind of made-for-television concert, but I could not find anything on it. And I also had in my notes that weird-looking G. Like, yeah, I think it's just weird. A G, yep. But it's super weird because it is not his regular lowercase G. So yeah, that got me too. So that was one of the things that grabbed me in the video. Weird uppercase G, not his lowercase one. I also thought that seeing him walk around with a hand mic and singing into it looked so odd.
Yeah.
And that made me really appreciate those ear headpieces he wears, because he looked kind of awkward. Like, he had one hand, he had to hold the microphone in. So then he didn't know what to do with his other hand, because he's usually so, he's so emoting with his hands. And because he only had one, he looked like he was kind of like, I don't know what to do. So that was really the only other thing. Oh, I laughed when he put the microphone in Palmer's face and made him sing. I thought that was funny. But other than that, that was kind of it for me on this video. Did you have anything else, Pete?
Yeah, Two Pina Coladas is always a fun song to sing along to. We talk about that all the time. I actually think that this song could have had an actual music video to it. I think that there was potential for it. I mean, it would have been a fun, beachy-like song. I think it would have been, cool for something like that. One thing I did notice is, right now, or to this day, or up until this day, we go to the shows and it's always, the whole two pina colada thing. That started way back then in this video years ago. I saw that. I did make a note about how I loved that the stage in such a small setting, which was a new stage, allowed him to get further out into the crowd. And I thought it was really cool when he grabbed the cameraman's attention and then sung directly into the camera. Like he was having a lot of fun. But again, like you said, I think he was searching for something to do with his hands. I mentioned it early on in these episodes of viewing the videos. I noticed early on in his career, it was a mic and a mic stand or whatever, and technology had not come along for the headset. And then we went to do the other videos up to number 24, and you see the headset make an appearance, and then to see this video go back to where it's a mic in hand, I noticed that too, so I thought that was pretty cool. What about you, Jess? What did you think about Two Pina Coladas?
Yeah, I mean, I love the song Two Pina Coladas, but this was probably honestly my least favorite so far of the videos that we've covered off of the disc, just because it's not really the good sound that we usually get from the whole live band. It's a lot of the crowd singing, and because it's such a small venue, it's not like the roar of the big crowd. So it's like the sound of a lot of voices, but that are maybe not as on pitch as just the band would be. So sound-wise, I miss like just the actual song, or like the studio version, or even the live big show version. They do look like they're having fun, especially in those certain moments you guys mentioned, but it's also really kind of sedate, I think, for a live Garth show. So it wasn't bad, but it's just when you put it up against the other live videos that we've covered, this one just wasn't my favorite.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I get that. That's a good point about the sound. I didn't really think about that. I wonder if it was filmed for like some kind of television show or something, and it just didn't have good sound.
Yeah.
Because it's not like him to have a concert in a venue that doesn't sound good.
Right.
You know, so
Yeah.
that's interesting. I'll have to keep searching to see if I can find where this comes from. All right. Next is video number 25 on the Ultimate Hits DVD, which is Long Neck Bottle. Long Neck Bottle was written by Rick Carnes and Steve Warner. The video was directed by Michael Solomon, just like the last one, which actually makes sense when you think about it, because this video is also a concert performance video, and it's from the exact same concert.
Yep.
Like it's the same stage, same setup. It's got to be, I think, the same exact night. I don't think it's like he was doing a tour and these are two different nights, which makes me, again, feel like it was some kind of TV special or something he was filming for something.
He was wearing the same clothes, too.
Yeah, the exact same
time.
clothes.
Yep.
Yep. There wasn't much for me in this one either. The only thing that really kind of grabbed me, he did bring out Steve Warner, who is one of the songwriters of the song, and Steve got to sing it with him. So I thought that was cool. A funny thing that I noticed, I actually noticed it in this video, and I went back to the last one. In our last episode, I mentioned the belt buckle that Garth was wearing in To Make You Feel My Love, that video. Well, yeah, he's wearing it in this video too. And the one before it, I didn't rewatch all of the ones before it, but I'm starting to think now that was just probably a belt buckle that he wore in the majority of, that time period. And so we're seeing it on a lot of his videos, which now it's just hilarious to me because it had never caught my eye until he was coming down the stairs in To Make You Feel My Love. And now I can't unsee it. Like every time.
I know. Now that you're pointing it out, I feel like next time I watch the videos, that's all I'm going to see too. Like that's the first thing I'm going to look for is what belt buckle is he wearing though?
Well, just so you know, it's a horseshoe. The one that he's been wearing is the shape of a horseshoe. It's very big.
So we went from podcast to crotch watch. This is awesome. Fantastic.
Crotch watch 2026.
Oh my gosh.
No.
The belt buckle exclusive.
All right, Pete, let's see what you thought about Long Neck Bottle.
Yeah, Long Neck Bottle, when its song came on, I started thinking at this part of the DVD, we're like in the drinking stage, I think, because you go like Two Pina Colada, Long Neck Bottle, then you got Beer Run coming up. It's just like,
true.
what are we doing here? Yeah.
There was a theme.
So,
yeah.
It doesn't get a ton of playtime, but it's always on my playlist. And when it comes on, I crank this son of a gun up. I love Long Neck Bottle. I thought that the Steve Wariner introduction was amazing, and watching these two is a ton of fun. I mean, I could tell Garth was really having a good time. I wasn't watching the belt buckle. I did notice it, but I did notice that kind of Garth's like moving and grooving with his hips, and he's got his legs going back and forth, and he's really, really getting into this performance. And when the two of them sing that long, like together, that's fantastic. I love when they do that. But yeah, other than that, it was, I don't know. I don't really know that there was much more. It's a fun song and not one that I would ever turn off. Jess, what do you think about Long Neck Bottle?
Yeah, I like the part where he's joking around at the beginning, and I do think the energy here was better than the previous one that's at the same venue. And I think maybe he and Steve Wariner made it more so because they played off of each other really well, and I feel like it was just more fun to watch for that reason because they were obviously having a good time. And I really enjoyed them doing the harmonies. Like you said, they sound so well when they do those parts together. And I really enjoyed the little scat part that Steve Wariner did. This was a fun live one, I think. And also it was a little bit different than the big live show. So in that way, I think it was good. And I guess it was just the song and the performance because, again, if you had asked me that in the previous one, I would have been like, boo to this venue, but it worked for this song. So I don't know. I would like to have just seen a whole set list and know what all they did. And maybe then we could compare all of those, but maybe if we can figure out what it was, we can figure out what else got performed that night.
Right. To figure out why that last one was so different.
Yeah.
Because I agree, this one was better than the last one. Something about him and Steve, maybe like you said, playing off of each other. Their harmonies are great. They sound great together.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing Steve's one of the songwriters, that makes it cool. So yeah, it would be interesting to be able to see that entire concert all the way through.
Yeah.
All right. Now we will go on to the 26th video on the DVD. Video 26 is In Another's Eyes. The song was written by Bobby Wood, John Peppard, and Garth Brooks, and the video was again directed by Michael Solomon. This video is a traditional music video. It's filmed with just the two singers, Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood. I have to say, I love this video so much, and I'm so glad that it got an actual music video and wasn't just a concert performance. If it had just been a concert performance, they would have sounded great together. But I just love having it in this traditional video format. I think it's perfect for Garth and Trisha. They get to emote their way through this wonderful song. And they're both, I feel like they're just at the top of their game in this one. I love how the transitions in this video fade from one of them to the other of them. I love the lighting. I love how one of them's in the foreground, the other's in the background throughout the video, but in different ways, set in different ways. I love that so much. I just think this is a great way to showcase them and this song. But I did notice, and I think it's just because I watched this one so many times over and over again, I noticed that each time the camera was on Trisha, she was singing directly into the camera, and she wasn't shying away from it in any way. But every time Garth was singing directly to the camera, he would look at it, but then he would look down or he would look away, and then he would maybe look briefly at it again, but then look down really quickly again. And that happened throughout the video until the very end. And at the very end, he just stared straight into the camera for the whole last shot. So I don't know if those were conscious decisions on the part of Garth or if the director had anything to do with it. But for some reason, that just struck me. I don't know. It just kind of hit home with me seeing how he was hesitant, but then at the end, he just pushed it straight to the camera. So, and I will say he was wearing the belt buckle again.
Crotch watch.
All right, Pete, what are your thoughts?
In Another's Eyes deserved to have its own music video and so much more. I think that I can speak for all of us, including Mr. Yearwood. Trisha is the highlight of the song and video. She is so unbelievably stunning in this music video, as always. And her voice is just, like, it's crazy. When you hear Garth talk about how, she could have one of the best voices in female country music. And you listen to people like Reba, and you go back to, Trisha, and you just hear song after song. She's got an amazing, amazing voice. There is nothing more great that we can say about this song that has not already been said, in my opinion. Trisha is stunning. Garth is just along for the ride, I think, here. And, the way that the two of them, kind of sing off of one another in the song, I think is outstanding. There are a ton of lyrics that I love in this song. But when they sing that there's a blessing and a curse, every time that I hear it now, it goes back to the special when they're on the farm and how Garth told him, his dad taught him that there's always a blessing and a curse. And since then, every time that I hear it, because it's in multiple songs that Garth does, when people talk about it, he's mentioned it in different interviews and stuff. It is so true in life how, there's always a blessing and then there's a curse, one way or another. It always sticks out to me. And every time that I hear the song, I hear that now. And that one just kept catching me. It's weird how they put this song right in the middle of the whole, beer run and long neck bottle, but I think it worked out great. It's a good song and I love it to death. Jess, what about you? What do you think about In Another's Eyes?
Yeah, I absolutely adore this song. I adore the live video of this song, and I think that they did choose correctly because they're so magic when they're singing live together. Because, initially that's what they released was them singing it live on Jay Leno. That was the video that they played on CMT and everything.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was a video, but it was, they shot this and then they tabled it and nobody ever got to see it. They were just like, the live version's the better one, and they put that out for years. But it was like rumored, everybody was like, yeah, there's a video somewhere. Like there's an actual video to it, but we never got to see it.
Wowza.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then it was released on this disc, was like the big, everybody was like, it did exist. It's out there,
I told you.
Yeah. So I'm ecstatically happy that we have this version because like you guys both said, I mean, it's beautiful. And of course they sound amazing. They always sound amazing on this song, but it was just so beautifully done. And their faces are so emotive and they just make it so compelling to watch. It's probably my favorite video. And I'm just super glad that they put it out there, even though it wasn't the one that ended up being widely released at the time that the song was released. I'm so happy that as kind of a little bonus on this DVD set that they decided to put it out there after all that time. Because, I mean, that was, I don't know, years and years, like a decade or more later.
Well, now I need to go find the Jay Leno one then. It's got to be out there somewhere still.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go look for it. And Pete, you mentioned the blessing and the curse. On Trisha's brand new album, The Mirror, she uses that phrase in one of her songs too. So yeah, it's still being used even today. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go on to the 27th video on the DVD. Video 27 is Wrapped Up in You. The song was written by Wayne Kirkpatrick, and the video was directed by John Small. This is another traditional music video, not a concert performance. And for me, it's probably the music video I think of first when I think of Garth music videos. It's a great video, and I think it's because of the tie-in to Dr. Pepper. It's just the first thing I think of when I think of Garth music videos. I love the set of it. It's set in a small town where Garth and his band pull up in a bus and they run into these folks, and those folks are all very musically inclined and they are ready to dance. So this video just makes me super happy every time I watch it. Although I will say the young guys made up to look like old men is a little off-putting, but I still love the video as a whole. I just kind of accept that there's these weird young guys that are made to look old in it. So I won't say much more about it because I actually did a deep dive into this video already. If you haven't listened to our season 5, episode 12 about Dr. Pepper, be sure and check it out. In that episode, I break down how the iconic music video for Wrapped Up in You actually connects directly to Dr. Pepper. And I even discovered some behind the scenes details. So be sure and check that out when you get a chance. And we'll go over to Pete and see what his thoughts are.
Yeah, Wrapped Up in You is so much fun. Gosh dang it, I love this song and I love the video. But it's a complete opposite to me because when I think about this song, I always think about the Dr. Pepper video, not the traditional video that was made for the song that we watched and what we're researching. And it's crazy because when I went back and I researched it and I watched it, I kept waiting for the Dr. Pepper cans to come out. I'm like, hey guys, come on.
Yeah.
But it just shows that you can make music out of anything. Like if it's there and you have a love for it, you could take anything and make music. I would have loved to given anything to been on set or a fly on the wall. The amount of fun that these guys are having, it just looks so amazing. During the part where it kind of quiets down and Garth grabs the checkers piece and he kind of slaps it down and then boom, kicks the song back up. Like, I love that. When they stop and then the guys just start hitting the sanding blocks and then the harmonica comes in and the song takes off again, to me, it's just amazing music and an amazing way to close out the song. That instrumental part where it just kind of all weathers out and then all of a sudden, like, Garth and the boys are gone. Like, they're just jumping on the bus and they're out of there. And then the rest of those guys are on that porch just, dancing and singing. And it's just fantastic. Just an unbelievably great music video. I love this one. I love the song. It's just so, so much fun. Jess, what do you think?
Yeah, I love this one too. And like you guys, it will forever make me think of Dr. Pepper. Even just the song sometimes comes on and I'll think of the Dr. Pepper commercial.
Yeah.
But I also just truly love the song. This is such a fun video. It's a great live video, especially, I mean, not a live performance, but it's a great lively, I should say, video, especially because it's not really a story song. So I think it might have been one that would have been harder to do a traditional video for, but they found a way to do it that was fun and entertaining. It makes me think of do you guys remember the live show Stomp?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
With the brooms and the,
Yeah.
It makes me think of like a mix of Stomp and country music. But I could watch this all day, every day, just because it's funny. And the guys with the makeup, dressed, it doesn't really bother me. I kind of like forget about it. And then when it comes on, I'm like, oh yeah, they really weren't old men. They were actually dressed up. And then I'm like, they probably would have had a slightly harder time doing those dance moves at the end had they been the age they were supposed to be. But it's just a fun video. It always makes me happy. The song makes me happy. So I'm glad that they put this out there. And I think they did a great job figuring out something different to do for a technically traditional video.
Yeah. And I think the music for this is really highlighted because of the way that they did the video. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like you said, it's not tied into the song at all, but so that means that they really, using those instruments and the brooms and everything as instruments really highlights the music in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's like another thing. You think about a lot of these videos, traditional music videos that show up, you would think that there's probably a 3-ring binder with a large script that says, okay, this is how this is going to work. This song tells me, hey guys, listen, here's the deal. You're all going to sit here and you're going to do this and you're going to do that. And then we're just going to let whatever's going to happen. At this point, Garth and the band is going to walk in. He's going to sit down. You guys are going to have a good time. And it was just natural. I bet you that script was super, super thin, if anything at all. And they just allowed them to have a good time. And this is what we got out of it. Like, it almost seems like that's how fun this song is and how that could have worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they definitely look like they're having a great time in it for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Now we'll go on to the 28th video and the final video for today. Video 28 on the Ultimate Hits DVD in the Blame It All on My Roots box set is Beer Run. The song was written by Kim Williams, Amanda Williams, Keith Anderson, George Dukas, and Kent Blasey. And the video was directed by Paul Miller. This video is a performance video, although not a concert one. It was recorded on November 7th, 2001, when Garth Brooks and George Jones took the stage at the 35th Annual Country Music Association Awards and performed their song Beer Run. It's a good video, and I really like watching the two legends perform together. I would guess that if you asked Garth, he would probably say that this is one of the highlights of his career. So I'm glad for that he put it on this DVD, but there's not much great about the video other than you get to see these two legends performing together. The sound isn't great. It's kind of old quality, I don't know, from that time, 2001. That was 25 years ago.
Doesn't that hurt your soul to say back then?
It
and
does.
Then be like, it was after 2000. Okay.
25 years ago. Yeah, that's a lot. So, I mean, it's great. And I'm so glad that Garth has that memory. But Not much stood out for me other than, hey, there's Garth and George Jones. That's so cool. All right, Pete, what'd you have?
Yeah, Beer Run is a great song, but to see Garth with Mr. George Jones is just awesome. I will forever remember at one point, Garth in some interview said somewhere that you always respect your Georges, George Strait and George Jones. So I love the fact that Garth got to sing with George Jones on this music video or at this performance. Again, there's not a lot to it, Auntie, like you said. It's a very, very, very short video. But to me, something outstanding happened to watch Garth and George Jones sing together. And I thought that brought a lot more to it. But again, it's just a normal, average music award performance. But I think the thing that gave it the nod to be on this DVD is the fact that Garth got to sing with George Jones. And I think that's where that came from. So I love it. I love the song. I think it's a lot of fun. And it's funny when the one part where George Jones, the B-double-E-double, are you in? And you could just see he runs out of breath. And I thought that was great. But the fun that these two had together was pretty cool. Jess, what do you think?
Yeah, I love this one too, just because you can tell what a thrill Garth gets out of being able to introduce George Jones. And that makes me so happy to watch. I do think a traditional video for this one would have been easy enough to do and probably would have been really good. But I'm very happy that we have this live video of the two of them performing together because they obviously had a good time. And George Jones is such a legend. So I love getting to see that. And then when we were doing this and I was typing my notes and saying that, I was thinking, did they do a video together? And because then I find myself questioning, like, do I need to go back to, was there a traditional video? Was George Jones in the video?
Here we go again.
Because I feel like they would have done a video and put George Jones in it. But I
While
can't
you're
picture
finding it,
anything.
find the beaches of Cheyenne.
So yeah, I don't think that there was ever. It was just my brain was like, surely they would have done that, right?
I'm not the only one, thank God.
Yeah. So now I'm second guessing myself on all of these. I'm like, I gotta go back and find a comprehensive list of like what songs actually had a video back in the day. They've been like, we haven't had good music videos in so long that I'm like, I don't know. Is this just something I quit watching and have now forgotten about? I'm old, guys. It's been a lot of years.
Oh, please. I'm older than both of you. That's my problem with all of these is so many of them, because at this point, I was like raising kids and I was busy with life. And so I feel like so many of, his videos just kind of passed me by.
Yeah.
Because I just wasn't in the space when I could, dedicate time to watching music videos.
Yeah.
So I'm like, am I wrong? Is this it? I think this is it.
Yeah. I would hazard to say like a large portion of his fan base that's like our general age group is going through the same thing. They're like, was that a thing? Do I remember that? I don't know. Did I make that up? I would hazard to say we're not alone in that probably.
Why weren't they putting Garth Brooks on TRL? Come on now.
Come on, Carson Daly.
Yeah, damn it, Daly.
Come on, Carson Daly.
You guys are so old. Oh, shit, we're so old.
You're the one that said it. We just knew what you were talking about.
You're older than me, so.
That's crazy.
There are so many Garth fans out there now that are going to go, what's TRL?
Yeah.
I know.
That's funny. And just like that, we've made our way through 28 videos on the Ultimate Hits DVD. So only 5 more to go. I remember at the beginning of this when we were like, oh my gosh, we have to get through 33 videos. Well, now we're coming up on the end. So thanks so much for spending this time with us. And don't go far, because in an upcoming episode, we will jump right back in as this music video journey finishes up. Have you checked out our website at Garthology.com yet? If not, stop by today and check out all of our past episodes. And remember to subscribe to our podcast on your podcast platform of choice. If you listen on Apple Podcasts, please stop by, hit that 5-star button if you like what you hear, then write up a review encouraging others to listen. Then share our podcast with everyone you know. That way you can help your friends in low places become Garthologists too.
Yeah, and speaking of friends in low places, if you guys are on social media, so are we. If you guys use Facebook, we are at facebook.com/GarthologyCast. If you are on Threads, TikTok, X, or Instagram, we are at GarthologyCast there. So please continue to interact, like, tweet, retweet, share, or direct message us with any show ideas, any questions that you have. We appreciate the interaction and the support.
New episodes of Garthology are available on the 7th, 17th, and 27th of each month. So please join us for our next episode. Until then,
thanks for joining us for today's episode of Garthology. And I'm Deb.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Jess. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. And remember, love will always win.
Finish it! Finish it!
Bloopers.
Down how the iconic wow.
The iconic cough. When the laundry's done. Laundry's done.
Thanks. Thanks for
You're
that.
welcome. No problem. Laundry's done. Where was that? Okay, so they grab the checkers piece, places it down. Okay, everything's good.
Leave it paused for just a second until I'm done talking, okay?
I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want him to either. Oh.